everyone, my name is Kirsty the Worsty and welcome to my channel. I have to say, I meant to tell my fiance that the landlord had just plowed outside, and I was like, oh yeah, the narrator just plowed outside. When you think about books a little bit too much. I want to take a second to say hello and thank you to my new subscribers. I cracked 20, so thank you guys. I'm itching to do a giveaway when I hit 50, so if you like me, please hit subscribe so I can send you all kinds of goodies. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my favorite way to read books, and that is audiobooks. So I know a lot of people have a thing about audiobooks that they can't get over. Sometimes people feel like they just can't get into them. Other people think that it's hard to stay focused once you start one. And some people don't think it's reading at all. But I just wanted to say a few things about it. I wanted to talk to you about what my favorite audiobooks were and how to get them. So let's get started. Let's start by saying, yes, audiobooks are reading 100%. If I took a test after reading an audiobook and you took a test after reading it, pretty sure we would get similar test results because we are all getting the same information. We are absorbing the same information but using a different part of our brain. So if someone wants to tell you that audiobooks are not reading, you tell them that I say it is. So my three favorite things about audiobooks are: one, audiobooks make it so you can read in times where you normally wouldn't be able to. So if you're driving to or from work or you're doing a road trip, that is the perfect time to pop on an audiobook. You know, why not read a book while you're on the road? A lot of times I'll do it while I'm doing little chores, like if I'm putting laundry away or if I'm brushing my teeth or doing the dishes or something. It's really a nice way to like switch up your routine and dive into an audiobook for 20 or 30 minutes, and it really makes the time fly by. It's amazing. Another wonderful thing about audiobooks is that it lets you read so much more than if you just read, you know, your physical or ebook. Because a lot of times they have the feature where you can make it go a little bit faster, and that's what I've been doing a lot of times too. Instead of going at the normal 1 speed, you can speed it up a little bit, do like 1.25, 1.5. I'm up to 1.75 right now, and it's amazing. It really makes things fly by, but I'm still able to keep into it. I'm able to still absorb all the information, but it just comes at you a little quicker. Guppy agrees. By having the speed a little faster and listening to audiobooks as much as I do, it allows me to read maybe like 2 or 3 extra books that I would not be able to otherwise. Another thing about audiobooks that just makes it all so worthwhile is that they're so easy to get too. I mean, if you have a smartphone or a tablet, you can get them through free apps on either, you know, Google Play or the App Store or whatever. Go ahead, just make a mess. Whatever you want to do, Guppy. The world is yours. You can also get them through monthly subscription services. I know that Audible has one, as well as I believe Spotify has some audiobooks as well. The best kept secret in the audiobook world is your library. A lot of times libraries, other than having a selection inside of the library, they also will have an app like Overdrive does it. There's a couple other ones, but Overdrive has been the two that I've come across because I had a library in New Hampshire and then in Maine, and they both used it. So I think it's the most popular one. But basically, your library will link up all of their ebooks and all their audiobooks that they have available, and they load them into that app so you can get them through your iPhone or your Android or whatever. But it is amazing, and they have some really popular titles too, which is nice because some of the free apps, it'll just be a lot of classics. But the thing about when you use your library is that they have tons of new popular titles. It's amazing. I would definitely recommend you check it out. So I want to share just a couple of my favorite audiobooks to give you guys a good place to start if you've never listened to any before. The first one I have is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I read this last year, and it is a fantastic read. Audiobook or not audiobook, but the audiobook is specifically really good. It's narrated by Will Wheaton, so it gives it that kind of fun, silly, geeky kind of flair to it. If you're not familiar, the plot follows a contest that's being held through a virtual simulation device. The winner of the contest becomes the heir of the game creator's vast mega fortune. It features a really interesting kind of dystopian society, and it talks about why they have to retreat to this virtual world. very good read in general, but the audiobook specifically is just above and beyond, so highly recommend. The next audiobook I would definitely recommend is Heartburn by Nora Ephron. So this is the book that you're probably least likely to have heard of before. Basically, it follows this woman who's 7 months pregnant when she finds out that her husband is having an affair, and it's basically her struggling through between wanting him dead and wanting to be back with him, and it's just hilarious. And it's narrated by Meryl Streep, who really just makes this just jump off of the page. It's just so spot on and good. All of her inflections in the way that she's talking, it's just, you know, Meryl Streep is aces anyway, so she definitely makes this so spectacular. So the last one I have is Denton Little's Death Date by Lance Rubin. So I picked this audiobook specifically because it shines a light on my favorite just like genre of audiobooks, and that is when the author narrates the audiobook. It really brings this air of just understanding. You know that the author has the exact idea of how he wants, you know, his characters to speak, how he wants this conversation to come across. So I feel like when the author narrates his own story, it just comes alive in a way that you know is very authentic to the experience they want you to have. So this is just a spectacular showing of that. Denton Little's Death Date is really hilarious. It's basically about this world that's exactly like our own, except everyone knows when they're going to die, and Denton Little is going to die tomorrow. So it's just side-splitting hilariousness. It's very tongue-in-cheek, very like silly, kind of sarcastic. The audiobook just makes it that much more amazing. Yeah, definitely check that one out. Also, just a couple honorable mentions. Another really cool way that audiobooks are done is when there's multiple POVs in the book, then the audiobook will actually bring in multiple voice actors to do the different characters. So if it's one girl and one boy, they'll switch off between the two narrators. The three that I've seen this done best in is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, Lily and Dash's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan, and then The Serpent King by Jeff Zepner. So those are the three that are fresh in my mind, so if you like multiple POV books, those would be the ones to check out. So those are my top 3 favorite audiobooks, and I hope that this video kind of gave you a little introduction into the world about where you can get them, why they're so wonderful, and some you can check out. So hope that just kind of is a great first step for you if you're afraid to jump into the audiobook world. Let me know where you stand on the issue, if you love audiobooks, if you hate audiobooks, or what your favorite ones are. So I would love to hear in the comments below. That is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I make new videos every Monday. And if you can't get enough of me, you can follow me on all of the social medias. I have Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads. I'm Kirsty the Worsty on all of them, except for Twitter. I'm just Kirsty the Worst. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye!